Hello everybody. This is a new guide for you to prepare your final exam. It's language learning strategies guide. The objective is basically to prepare your final exam and to develop good learning strategies. The only material you need is this guide and the electronic book, a dictionary. For the reading strategies, we have basically three. Skimming, that is reading for general information here, guys. You just read the basic information and you don't pay attention to details or unknown vocabulary. Scanning is exactly the opposite. When you go to specific details, that is basically what you do in an exam to answer true-false questions, choose the right option, match information, etc. And you can also identify keywords, underlining the most important vocabulary, the relevant vocabulary, and for that purpose you can use these two dictionaries. One is a monolingual dictionary and this one that is monolingual or bilingual. Okay, that is for reading. For listening, we have basically the same strategies. We have skimming, that is listening for general information, trying to identify the topic, taking notes, that is while you are reading or you're listening to the text, you identify basic information like the place, the names of people, where and when it took place. And of course you can identify as well keywords and use the same dictionaries. Finally, scanning, that is getting specific information. That is again the activity you usually do in your exams. Sometimes you will also have to take notes in exams, so all these strategies are important. Language use strategies. Basically, this is what you have been doing along the semester in your electronic book, that is answering different kinds of exercises regarding vocabulary and grammar. Of course, it will be in context. That means that it is going to be something similar to what you had in the first and second progress tests. Some paragraphs, some dialogues, in which you have to use grammar, vocabulary, and context. So I advise you to go back to check the topics at the electronic book. And, well, if you want, you can also check this grammar guide called Summary of Basic Verb Tenses that I already sent to your emails, but it's also available at Blackboard in the folder Actividades. If you need some other links, you can also find them in previous guides that I have sent, or you can email me and I will send you some other links related to the topics you want to reinforce, you want to go over. Finally, writing strategies. This is a section that is very demanding for you, and normally we have three different kinds of writings. And the main suggestion, guys, is to read carefully the instruction. That means the task you have to develop. Take some notes before you start writing your composition. And if it is an informal letter or email, you can use this strategy. Okay, we have like 4 steps: greeting, expressing the reason for writing, giving other details like examples or additional information, maybe asking some kind of questions if that is the purpose of your email, and finally the ending or the closing with this kind of expression like hope to hear from you soon, write back as soon as possible, etc., and your name. If it is a story, it has a beginning, a plot. Well, it has these steps. In the beginning, you include who, when, where, and what happened first. You don't give details here. In the plot, you describe the sequence of events, the main actions, and the central part of the story. And in the conclusion or ending, you write an interesting and expected conclusion for your story. You mentioned consequences, how people felt in the end, and reactions. Of course, you have to edit your writing, check your text for spelling, capitalization, grammar, appropriate vocabulary for a test. If it is an argumentative essay, you have to include the following parts: an introduction, a main body, and a conclusion. Here are the parts. Here is the information related to each one of them. And that's it, guys. I hope this guide is useful for you to prepare your final exam. We'll keep in touch with the rest of the email that is important about the final exam dates, the time, and any other general information that I presented. Okay, guys, have a nice weekend, and we'll keep in touch.